Hi friends, welcome back to IGMAS tutorial series. In this video we are going to discuss about one of the important things, that is a scope concept, or what is lexical scope, right? So basically what is lexical scope and what is lexical scope of this, so we'll know all those things in this video, right? So basically what is lexical scope? So a lexical scope in JavaScript means that a variable defined outside of the function and that can be accessible from inside of the function. Clear? So we are just going to create a variable from outside of the function and we can access from this. So suppose if let's take an example. Suppose if I create a function, suppose this is function, suppose ABCD or anything, right? And you can see if I just create any variable outside the function, so let's create a variable that is a, right? And suppose assigning a value 12. So the scope of these things is basically from outside the functions, and let's create another variable that is let b equal to 20, and this can be accessible from only inside of the functions. If I just going to display or call the b from outside the functions, that cannot be accessible. So basically this is the scope of b, right? So let's take a good example and try to clear all those points, right? So simply let create data, and here I just going to create some things. Suppose I am passing a name, suppose name equal to John, then I am adding some marks. So right here marks of this student or anything, suppose this person, let's say 10, 20, 30 in this way, right? And let's create a function, so get value, right? And let's create a function, and inside the function just going to console the value. Suppose I'm going to get the output of name. So how we can get this? Simply write console.log and simply write name, okay? And let's call from outside the function, so simply just call data dot the function name get value, okay? And actually this is a function and name is from outside of the here, so we can simply use this dot name, okay? Now if I just go here and refresh this, so we are getting John. Now if I just similarly want to access the marks, we can access, so just write this dot marks. So just refresh this, we are getting all the values, okay? That is simple things. So we can access all those things from these functions by using this. So basically what is this? This actually reference the current object, right? So if I just going to access the marks from the function, we cannot access without this. So let's remove this. That time we cannot get the value of marks because it reference error, mark is not defined, right? So actually we can understand what is marks or from where marks is coming by using the current reference, which is this. So we think in this scope we can get access of all things, but this is not correct actually. So let's say I am going to create these things. Suppose we can access these marks, so let's use the map. So this marks, and I am going to use the map function, and here simply write function, and I am just taking a value. Suppose I am going to access the marks, so simply write here num, okay? And now I just going to console this thing, so simply write console.log and simply write num. So we are getting access these marks and we are going to print the num. Basically the num is passing from the function, so no problem. So refresh this, we are getting all the value. Now if I just going to access the name in this way, can we print these things? So simply write another console log and simply write name. So can we get access? So if I just going to here, so it's not printing anything, so it's simply just adding the space or something null, right? So why not can use the these also. So basically we are getting access of this from this is the current object. So let's try this thing, but still we cannot get access of this, right? So how we can access this? So in this case we are using the map function. So simply let's create another variable, that is from inside this function let's create another scope. Suppose I am writing suppose name data, okay, and here I am holding this name, and if I just going to print these things, then we can access, right? So we are getting access of John. So actually this is the map function and this is the 3 parameters, so that's the reason it's coming 3 times, no problem. But the concept is, if I want to access these things, we need to create a variable. So basically we are getting inside this scope and we can get the output, right? But here we are using the ECMAScript, or you can say the advanced JavaScript concept, and we already know about arrow functions, and previous tutorial we already discussed about the arrow function. So why not we use that things? So basically this problem is solved by the arrow function easily. So how you can do this? So simply just go here and remove these things, and instead of that things I am just passing this, right? So this will make actually the arrow function. Basically inside arrow function we cannot find this, right? So these things, this instead we will get all the data from here. So now we don't need to write these things anywhere. So simply just if I just use these dot name, we can get access of these things, so we don't need these things, right? Now if I just go here and refresh this, we are getting the same output. So now we can understand what is actually the scope, or you can say what is actually lexical scope of these things and how to solve this. So in ECMAScript or advanced JavaScript concept, you can use simply arrow function to resolve this problem, and we don't need to write any things, or we don't need to create any separate variable to access from these functions, right? So this solves the problem. So this is the arrow function. So hope you will like this video, and still if you have any queries about this video, please comment in a below comment section. So next day we are going to discuss about another some things with related to the functions. Basically we are going to discuss about the math function. So please like and subscribe this channel for upcoming video, and thanks for watching this video. Have a good day.